you and me. We all know that the best financial service model is a properly regulated cooperative model. The not-for-profit, not-for-charity, but for service ethos of credit union is a philosophy alien to most bankers. But Newbridge Credit Union
On behalf of our group, which is the Newbridge Credit Union Action Group, all of us volunteers like yourselves, and all of us who share a common mantra which simply declares, we care. Welcome you, and thank you for being here today. It is fitting that we assemble at this particular venue, Royston Boxing Club, and are united in a common cause at a club which has produced many a brave and fearless fighter down the years, and who have remained undaunted in the face of many an adversary. We are here not to fight, but to demand what is right. Our right to honesty of information, our right to retain possession as members and shareholders of our own property, our democratic right to decide on our future, our right to elect our board of our own company, and our right to exercise our own free will. However, if fight we must, then fight we shall. We have had a statement from the Minister for Finance, Mr. Noonan, that it will take tens of millions to rectify issues in the credit unions throughout the country. Does he even have the remotest idea of what he is saying? Tens of millions. What is this figure? 20, 30, 40? Whatever it is, And even if it were true, it is buttons and would not come remotely near compensating the numerous voluntary groups who, week in, week out, provide from their own pockets and from their own labour countless services to countless people whom this state has failed to support. It's a long way from the billions, yes, billions, so numerous that even the Minister's own Auditor General, Mr. Kevin Cardiff, miscalculated to the tune of 3.7 billion, the amount owed in national debt. And as a result of these actions of the same bankers who have brought our country to our knees, and they now want to run our credit unions. And what was the government's reaction to this? He has appointed the same individual to the Court of European Auditors. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ireland has a unique culture in rewarding failure, so long as that failure doesn't come from the ordinary Joe citizen and unpaid volunteers. There are 4 Gospels in the Bible. The third one is the Gospel according to St. Luke, and incidentally, it's also the longest one. One has to ask Mr. Charlton, is he taking his cue from this, since his tenure in our credit union has now well exceeded his allotted time? I would also remind the same Mr. Charlton of the 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods. To those greedy bankers who are feasting their eyes on the savings of our members and who covet even the very roof over our heads, we say, not in Newbridge you won't. So
I'm sure some of you are wondering, what's a woman from Sligo doing up here? Why am I here today? Well, I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm here for a number of reasons. But first of all, over the last couple of weeks in particular, but months as well, I've been getting letters and emails and telephone calls and Facebook messages from a number of different people, many of them from the Newbridge area. People are angry, people are confused, people have loads of questions. They view what's happening with disbelief. And one of the first calls I got was from a lady called Breda Reid, a good few weeks ago. And some of the stuff Breda told me, I couldn't believe it. I mean, she told me about the intimidation, the fact that people were under threat of silence, threat of terms in jail or huge fines. And to be perfectly honest with you, I almost didn't believe her. I thought, do I live in a country where this is happening? And, you know, I just was shocked by that. And where directors and ex-directors, people who've given their time and their energy voluntarily to work for the good of the community are being silenced. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here today. And my question is, where is all this accountability and transparency we were promised? You know those fancy words that you hear every so often? Where is this in reality, when all we see is silence and decisions being pushed through? And all I could think of, with all that this country has been through, with the bank collapse, and with the 64 billion and counting that has been landed on the shoulders of Irish citizens, have we learned nothing as the ordinary members of Newbridge Credit Union are being told to shut up, go home, and we will decide what's best for you? So that's one of the reasons that I'm here today. You're looking for something that's reasonable. You want dialogue. It's your credit union, it's your money, it's your assets, and you want to know what's happening and you want to be involved in the decision making. As some of the women on the march were shouting, what do we want? We want an AGM. And when do you want it? You want it now. That's your demand.
Willie Crowley has asked each of the 3 local TDs to take the stand and to give an unequivocal commitment to Newbridge Credit Union. And I want to do that, and I'm happy to do that. And I say to you that I am unequivocally committed to finding a solution to this problem and to finding a way forward. And the solution to the problem must rest with us here in Newbridge. We must secure our own credit union, which must in the future be run by Newbridge people, and it must be run in the building that the Newbridge people built and paid for.
When we met the special manager, he made it very clear to us that there were two options on the table. There was merger or liquidation. And I am fighting very hard now to ensure that a third option is looked at, because I do not accept that a merger or liquidation are the only two options on the table for Newbridge Credit Union.
Hear, hear.
I give you a commitment here today as your local TD that I will continue to fight that the information gets out into the public domain and is given to the members as soon as possible. And I continue to fight that we retain a credit union in Newbridge and it remains in its present building. Thank you.
It's very important that you realise that the power is with the members, not with the board. With the members of the credit union here. It's your money, it's your building, you owe nothing to anyone. And it's also important to remember that the central bank has no control over you. They have control over your board, they have control over the Irish League of Credit Unions, but they do not have control over you as the members. That is your building, it's your credit union, you must stand up and protect it.
It won't be divided, and won't be any other way but a trust to go forward to protect our credit union, the credit union movement, not alone here in Newbridge but in Ireland as well. And we will bring that to Dáil Éireann, to the central bank. And I think, as I have already said, Mr. Charlton, forget about him at the moment. He was a costly person to forget about, we know, but we're told we'll get the money back. It's the central bank and the Department of Finance that we must aim our sights on now. We'll do that, and I give you a commitment that I, along with all the members of the Labour Party in Kildare South, will do the same. Thank you so much.